So 30 days have passed since I started my test using my loop bands and the resistance bands bar. I'm going to cover it in this video for you, so let's take a look. So I ran this challenge for the month of April in 2021 using the following items. The first one I had was the resistance bands, and these are the SunPow bands. I just did a full review on them, so feel free to check out the review of the bands themselves, but I used those for the entire month. I also used the Instar resistance bands bar with some triangle links that I added to the end in order to allow myself to attach the loop bands to the bar and use them for my workouts. It works splendidly all throughout this challenge, so take a look and see if it's something you think you could add into your home workout equipment. And lastly, I also used a platform to stand on, and this is called the Step. It's a 4-inch platform allowing me to get off the ground a bit and also protect my ankles from inward forces while doing some of the exercises in that month challenge. So with the equipment out of the way, here is how my workout broke down for the entire month. The first exercise was the front squat, where I focused on doing 5 sets with a target of 10 reps and taking 2 minutes of rest between each set. Next up is the deadlift, where I did 4 sets of 12 total reps with 1.5 minutes or 90 seconds in between each set. Exercise number 3 was the chest press, and this time I did 4 sets of 12 reps with 90 seconds of rest in between each set. From there, we went on to the biceps curls, and this time we're dropping down to 3 sets of 15 reps with only 60 seconds of rest in between each set. For exercise number 5, I went to the overhead press, also focusing on 3 sets of 15 reps with 60 seconds of rest between each set. The next exercise was the overhead tricep extensions, and I actually did add the bar in for this one, but again, I did 3 sets of 15 reps with 60 seconds of rest between each set. Now I moved to the pull apart exercise, where I did 2 sets of 20 reps with only 30 seconds of rest between each set. And then the last exercise I did was the calf raise, where I did 2 sets of 20 reps with 30 seconds of rest between each set. This workout averaged about an hour's length of time, where I had to again change out the bands as I used them, but just know if you want to follow along with this exact same thing, it'd probably take you about an hour. The routine broke down over 3 days of the week, so I did this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the resistance training, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays I broke out the Renpho AI spin bike, and I would do a 15 to 20-ish minute sprint on one of the challenges, so I actually did the races on those days to get in my cardio. And then on the weekends, I took it completely off, so that is how the entire workout broke down. So an unfortunate thing that did happen is while I was editing some of my videos throughout the week, I accidentally deleted my before photos. And I really want to use those so I can do a before and after for the month, but here are the after photos, as I don't have those before anymore. But I just want to let you know that I did accidentally delete them, but I still have all the other stats we can compare outside of those photos. So with that in mind, let's take a look at my stats, and these are all taken off of my Renpho digital Bluetooth scale. I do have some reviews on those. I've had this for quite some time, but I'm using that as my baseline and the same equipment I'm testing for that entire month. The Renpho came in on day 1, which was April 1st of 2021, with a weight of 181.6 pounds, 13.9% body fat. So that's what I'm starting off with. I'm going to throw all the other stats it gives me as well on here, but just know those are the main stats I look at with this device. And as you can see, at the end of the month, I dropped to 179.2 pounds. So I did actually drop some weight in the month, which is good to see, coming in at 13.6% body fat. So that is a nice little drop. Some of the things that are interesting though is that with that drop, my fat-free body weight actually went down as well, and something like my muscle mass also decreased by, it looks like 1.6 pounds. So that's not good to really see. You don't want to see your muscle mass also decreasing. So it's interesting that I lost some weight, lost some body fat percentage, but then also lost some muscle mass. So that's not good to see. I don't want to be losing muscle mass in my training. So I definitely have to work on something in building, maybe more intensity, making the workout harder, or changing up how this is going to be working moving forward. But just know that did happen. A lot of my actual stats on my body, so I'll be going over measurements, did increase, which also makes this even more weird, but just know those did change as well. And of course, these measurements aren't always perfectly accurate with the scales, but this is what it gave me back for that month. Now, looking over these stats, I did mark the ones in red that stuck out to me the most. Everything went in the right direction, so waist size shrunk, almost every other body part increased in size, But the main issue is my biceps, both of them, decreased in size. So I don't know what I was doing wrong here. Maybe I didn't put enough pulling movement in. I did have bicep curls actually in there, but maybe I just wasn't doing them hard enough or something was missed because they both shrunk where everything else increased. So I did well on everything else, but for some reason the biceps went down, and I'll have to work on making sure I get those back up there as I'm trying to increase them to fit my golden ratio numbers. But that's the only real problem I see. Everything else went in the right direction. Like I got more size than pretty much everywhere in the month. Not a humongous change, but enough where it might be kind of visible when done properly. So maybe I just didn't put enough intensity into those biceps for that month, which means I'll just have to increase it going forward with my new training plan. I won't be keeping my training exactly like this moving forward as I'm making some small updates here and there, but just know it was really enjoyable actually using just the bands and bar predominantly throughout the entire month, and it was really good to see. Maybe the issue was I was doing more pull-aparts for the back instead of actually having something like lat pull-downs in there, which would have targeted the biceps a bit more. So that may be something I need to look into with my future training plans. So here are my final thoughts after using the resistance bands with the bar and the stand for the entire month of April. First, I loved working with the resistance bands. I love bands themselves. Yes, the strength curve's a little weird as you have the most at the top of the range, where normally you kind of lose tension in normal like dumbbells or barbell lifts, but you also have the easiest where most sticking points happen. So that's why I really like to use them. So they are, I think, definitely a good complement to have in your training routine. I'm definitely going to keep them as one of my main items. I love, again, using them, and they will be something I work with moving forward and trying to enhance my workout programming. Now, some things I think would help with this programming are adding in the following exercises. First, as I mentioned before, a lat pull down would be great to have in here, even if it was supinate, so you can get more bicep and back activation, as I feel like that was some of the major lagging points in this. Yes, I had the pull-aparts, but those target more of the rear delts and rhomboids, not so much of the same lat activation you would get with something like a lat pull down. I did have the bent over roads for the mid-back, but you're kind of missing that lat activation that I could have had with something like those pull downs themselves. Also, I would like to add crunches back in. I feel like they're just nice to have at the end of a program, so I'm going to add some cable crunches or something back in at the end. And then lastly, I'd like to have more direct shoulder targeted muscles, so I think something like lateral raises would be good to add in as well for one of your days. I do have overhead press, but maybe you swap in here and there with some lateral raises as well. Now, something I am looking into doing, and I've been doing tons of research in the last, I'd say, week or so, where I'm spending hours and hours just watching videos on this concept, and it's called high intensity training. Not high intensity interval training, but high intensity training. This is something Mike Mentzer was pretty well known for. He wasn't the first one to do it, but this is what his main training style was really known for. So it's something I've been researching and I think would really work well for the normal public to really get into for their workout style. Saves time, has a lot of intensity, can definitely build a ton of muscle if done properly, and allows you to get in some recoveries during most bodybuilders can put in a lot of volume and they recover really fast on things like enhancements such as steroids or other drugs they might be taking to help enhance their recovery. But for you and me, it's not quite that easy. So as a natural, you have to take into account you probably need more recovery than them in order to get bigger and stronger. So I will be looking to implement that in my recent routines. I'm not sure when you watch this, it could have changed since then, but as of the next month going into May and for probably the rest of 2021 at least, I will be looking at that high intensity training style. And yes, the resistance bands will be a big part of that for the high intensity training for at least the end of 2021, and we'll see from there. But I enjoyed this April challenge. You got to see my results firsthand. Again, not a big change in a month. You're not going to see a humongous transformation come through. That takes months, even years, most of the time for the average person. But just know it was great to see and test out those bands to see how they last, especially using the SunPow to really see if those are what I want to be using moving forward. And that is it for this challenge follow-up. So if you did like it, please like and subscribe to GamerBody for more videos just like this one. Also, make sure you head over to GamerBody.com. There you can check out my current home workout program, the equipment I own and use, and all the information I'm continuing to learn from to build muscle and confidence, all from the comfort of home. And that's it. So again, please like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Be fit and game on.